Hello everyone, it's your Peacekeeper, and hopefully this live stream goes a lot better than the previous live stream went with regards to technical issues. I can already see that our microphone is working this time, so that's always a good sign. So we're going to go ahead and get this started. Of course, today is the 29th of May, and you will see I do not have an updated stream schedule for you. I will be sure to get that out and an announcement sometime this week. That way we can get the updated one. I did not have time to get it done before this, partially because of my fault. But anyway, we won't ponder upon that too much. Our next live stream should be Saturday the 2nd, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So this Saturday, the 2nd, 6 p.m. Hope to see you guys there. Welcome everybody who is just now checking in. As with all the live streams, we're going to start off with the usual message about the Discord server. If you would like to join a Discord server, there is a link down in the description to this video linking you to my Discord server, and you are certainly welcome to join. There are all sorts of people there who are willing to help you get started in this game, or if you're struggling with the specific ship, people willing to div up with you. It's just a fantastic community, and I hope to see you guys join that if you're into Discord servers. Also, there's a link down in the description for donations if you would like to do so, but as with always, I do not do this for money, I do this for fun, so while they are greatly appreciated, they are by no means necessary. Alright, enough talking about that, let's go look at our game. So let's go ahead and let's start off this match with the Tier 9 Baltimore. We're going to be playing a lot of U.S. cruisers because, the inevitable Dasha Perova showed up and said that our next patch was going to be the U.S. cruiser line split, and Baltimore is getting down-tiered, for better or worse. So we're gonna be playing a fairly large number of U.S. cruisers this stream. Because, well, why not, right? Alright, so let's look at this. Baltimore, for those who have not been watching me play, if this is news to you, it's, here is the captain skill build that I run on my Baltimore. You will know that there's no priority target. I instead run expert loader, expert marksman, superintendent, concealment expert, advanced firing training, demo expert, and adrenaline rush. And we kind of talked about this before in other live streams, and as well as in the cruiser skill video eons ago. Priority target to me seems to be a little less useful the more and more experience you get. It does give you a lot of really good information though if you're struggling with knowing when you can and can't bail out of a situation. Inevitably you're just gonna have to use your eyes either way, because you're going to have to be able to see it. So that's my Captain Skills build. Let's look at modules. I am running Main Armaments Mod 1, Propulsion Mod 1, AA Guns Mod 2, Propulsion Mod 2, Concealment Systems Mod 1, and Main Battery Mod 3. And Propulsion Mod 2 is exceptionally useful because this ship's rudder shift time really isn't that bad. So you can use that to sit behind islands. So I personally prefer that on Baltimore. Now, Des Moines, you'll see that I'm running something else, and that's because without the rudder shift module, Des Moines' rudder shift time is just too long. It can't really deal with open water nearly as well. So, alright, Baltimore, because she's my favorite, let's make sure we've got our flags on and we've got our premium consumables. We've got ourselves a good camo. Looks like we are loaded up with all the right flags. Premium consumables engage. Let's go. Will says he just sat down at Giordano's for pizza. Why must you stream when I'm busy? The water shit is to make you angry, obviously. Danny Ho asks, Comrade Peacekeeper, can you play Glorious Banana Boat? Thank you. Yes, we will probably play a Hutnik sometime during this live stream. Oh, Ether is here very briefly. I guess now is the time to make fun of British ships. Twitch says on my phone, says you're on War Thunder. What? Oh, Here, how about I just update it? Now it should be working. That's one thing I like about YouTube is that when you update something, it always updates, like it automatically saves it and updates it. Twitch does not, unfortunately. Which kind of makes it, well, it is what it is. Jetski, of course, is over there on Twitch. Hello, Jetski. Welcome everybody who's checking in. Hopefully everybody had exciting and good Memorial Day. Of course, I hope you took the time to think about all the people that gave their lives. I know that not everybody is in the U.S., but those of us that are in the U.S. and celebrate Memorial Day, I hope you guys spent some time at least thinking about that. I know I did while I was simultaneously, you know, racing my Mustang and not doing as well as I would have liked to. So, can't hear the stream, so I'll just troll the chat. Oh, well, that's no fun. Gotta get yourself some headsets or something so that you can hear it. This game isn't War Thunder. That is indeed correct. It should have updated it. Your content must follow... Yeah, it says that. World of Warships. World of Warships. Update. Giving me the green check mark. Starting to think your Peacekeeper doesn't like me much. It's not that I don't like you, I just like making fun of the British. I mean, come on now. Americans, so that's kind of what we do. Why play Baltimore when you have Run? Well... Can't hear because of a busy restaurant. Busy... Did I say Disney restaurant? Busy restaurant. Deeperia says, well, we can all respect soldiers and civilians who gave their life in service of their country, no matter if they're Americans, British, and Germans, etc. I agree. I agree. That's a good way to look at it, even if other nations don't necessarily codify it as a, you know, holiday like the United States does. Why, anyway, going back to playing Baltimore vs. Rune, why would I want to play a worse ship? I'm just kidding. Rune is actually a really good ship, but I like the way Baltimore plays. It just fits my play style a little bit more. In my opinion, it's actually a much more versatile ship. It's a little bit more tanky in the right ways. You know, this is kind of actually a rare match. This is a tier 9 fight that, I mean, usually tier 9 and, oh, we're detected by something. Hydro of something. Question, oh, it's actually radar from this Baltimore. I'd like to get to the side of this Miyoko, but you know that isn't going to happen very easily. Now, whoop! Ripu that Baltimore. Okay, so now we gotta get our work in here. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna keep utilizing our woo! Things are getting hot and heavy here. He's launching torpedoes again. He isn't gonna live through it, but he is gonna launch them. Oi! We have gone and made ourselves a massive target. As my game clicks off and I'm not able to, Shoo! Nope, I'm dead. Guaranteed. The only hope we have of surviving this engagement right now is if that Iowa just flat misses. Oh, for Pete's sakes. Turrets, come on. I can't even get them on target. That's what happens when I don't play this game very often. And we're dead. Right there. Yeah. Well, that wasn't very good. I got overexcited because there was an opening there, so... Ah! Okie dokie. I want to see you play it very shortly. I have a video on it, I just, it's been a long time since I've actually... I don't even think I still have it in my port. If Mickey Mouse eats at a restaurant doesn't make it a Disney. You know, it's kind of funny you mentioned that. Look at how quickly we racked up 1 million potential damage. We kind of had a... I don't know, we'll call it a mixed bag there. Not a very good game. That's because I, well, potatoed straight on in. American AP heavy or 1 kilogram of cotton heavy? Yeah. The answer to that question is a resounding yes, I guess. Ammo, flags, consumables. Same captain build. Different upgrades. Slightly different upgrades. This is what happens when you make fun of the Royal... It wasn't the Royal Navy. It wasn't a Royal Navy ship that killed me. It was actually, you know, U.S. battleship that killed me, so for whatever that's worth. Mr. Larry says, poi. He also says, 'cause America. That's exactly why. That looked like what I did last night in Musashi. Yeah, it wasn't a very good one. Was not a very good match. But that's alright. I played way too aggressively, so we will fix that in the upcoming battle. We will not play as aggressively, mostly because a mere whiff at Des Moines is enough to really take it out, so... We definitely don't want to deal with that. Looks like... Yeah, Twitch should be updated. It is for me, anyway. Can you play the Gearing or Fletcher? We could. You suicided with the Baltimore. You must have thought that you were a DD. No, a large part of what I was doing there was not really paying too much attention. I really shouldn't have extended past where the that island was when I saw that Miyoko, but you know, you know, just kind of one of them things that tried to do something that I didn't think was possible. Well, I thought was possible. The problem that I ran into there was nobody in their team actually capped or went for the C cap. And so I thought maybe, just maybe, they all went, you know, to the south, the middle and south point, and that would have actually been, a good time to push through there, because then we could have sat there and actually, you know, did a lot of damage and stuff. So this map is Tears of the Desert, which, we are not going to repeat last match, however. Question is where are we going to go to maximize our potential here? And so is the Des Moines 3/4 of a banana. Yeah. Wonder if we'll see Kutusov this evening. I don't know, will you? Tears of the Cruiser. I think that designation went away a while ago. Honestly, I think this map has gotten much better with this orientation. Way better with this orientation. You don't have nearly the same problem that we did when it was the other way and we were facing big open oceans everywhere. So, do I hang around the Minotaur or not? Do we hang around the Minotaur or not? They're gonna let us cap the middle point. That's a foolish mistake. Whatever floats their boat. I mean, I'm game with them losing points right off the bat. Shimakaze spotting an Alsace. And an Amagi. Okay. There he is. Oh my goodness. This whole thing with, Really, Shima? Couldn't have kept spotting? Just too much? Mogami, that would be another tempting target to go engage. However, as we learned in the last match, we don't want to get too aggressive if we can avoid it. We need to be aggressive, there's no doubt about that. We just don't want to be so aggressive that we get taken out of this fight. My bad. Woof! Duh. What is this Ibuki doing? We definitely want to turn away from this. But we do have to remember that there is an Amagi over there too, so we definitely don't want to forget that he's there. Gosh dang it, game. I'm gonna have to change my window priority mode so that it doesn't allow me to click off of it. Because that definitely causes all sorts of problems. So did you ride off the Mustang? No, not yet. Definitely not happy with how I did. I can't fault anything really on the Mustang. I mean, aside from the fact that the BMW M3 is just that much faster of a car, and that's my primary competitor. So, it really isn't that the car itself isn't capable. I do need to improve myself as a driver, but it's not the car for the class. In my opinion, it's not the car for the class. Some people still think that it's the car for the class. Hard to really know for sure because of how the game, because of how the events are run, and we don't ever get the chance to run the same course more than 3 times, so it's always a risk. Go away, Hindenburg. Nobody likes you. I mean, I like you when I'm playing you, but nobody likes you when you're being a jerk like this. This would be a perfect time. Holy cow. Oh, frack off. That's insane. Come on, get him! No! Well, we got something. Oh, I think we're gonna lose the Amagi in the process, though. We did the best that we could, all things considered. Okay. That's gonna hurt. Turn, baby, turn! Oh, for Pete's sakes. This is a bad place to be. Now is our time. Like that one commercial for old people. Keep shooting HE. Keep shooting HE. Goodness gracious, that was probably the most tense couple... Really, game? We're gonna sit here for a minute. And hopefully we're gonna get some good hits off on this Mogami, who is broadside and should be eating all sorts of all the citadels. Yeah! It's fun because the phrase is often uttered, what not to do. Their whole team is off in the other direction, so long as we stay here, I think we'll actually be alright. We got rid of one of their destroyers. RIP my hit points. Where did that even come from? That's what I want to know. Wasn't the Prince Eugen. Wasn't the Amagi. I don't think either one of them could actually get shells over that island, effectively. Someone from completely out of sight. Brilliant. Montana. That's what was shooting at me. Womp womp. Gosh dang it! After this match, I'm gonna... Come on, give me a kill. Really? It isn't that strong of a ship. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm here till Friday. Moving along. We're gonna go disappear for a little bit and heal up as best we possibly can. No. Detection go down. Quickly. Woo! Oh man, this is getting kind of intense. I want to help the Shimakaze out with this gearing so bad. He'll be dead by the time those shells get there, because 8-hour flight time. Oh, that was very fortuitous, Shimakaze, thank you. Behind, we need the spotting now is what we need. Montana nuked our Minotaur. That's never a good sign. Oh, I plan on playing the Cleveland. Don't worry. It's gonna happen. Jeez and Pete's team, stick with me. Oh, I'm detected. That's fantastic. Yeah, we didn't... Oh, hey! We got some damage on the Bismarck there. Now, the nice part about Des Moines is I could, in theory... Actually, let's do this. We're gonna maneuver against this Mogami. Hopefully we can get him... If he'll turn broadside, we could definitely... That would definitely be a benefit. Come on. The destroyer that's detecting us, but their whole team is... Their whole team is an issue. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Those are gonna hurt. Come on, turn out. Don't think we're gonna get the Mogami. Not even gonna get multiple citadels, unfortunately. Really? This match is over anyway. Come on now. Just let me have my fun. Just gotta keep shooting at this Baltimore. I think we're gonna get him. No! Come on! Come on! Gosh damn it. Come on! Well, we broke the 100K mark, but that's about the extent of what happened. Maybe we'll get a second kill on this Mogami. That would be so funny. Yeah! I'll take it. I will gladly take it. Let's go to Gulag. How do you figure? Well, what are my thoughts on invisible ships? What do you mean by invisible ships? Yeah, we deserve to be on the top of that team. Look at the 2.1 million potential damage. That is shells fired at you and torpedoes fired at you that you managed to avoid. That is insane. Oh, well, that at least sort of makes up for the Baltimore video. Ether, if you want to pay for me to buy a Nissan GTR, I would definitely not say no. I think Des Moines is, oh, I'm supposed to be buying consumable, or the flag container. Oops. Y'all lost when your team started to melt faster and faster. Well, ain't that the truth? Usually how it goes, unfortunately. Alright, Tier 6 Cleveland. Where are you? There you are. Same thing, except for this time I'm going to fix something it's been a long time since I fixed. At least now we can put up our catapult fighter quicker. We got our signals all mounted up. Alright, let's go. Isan. Okay, so yeah. Is that a light cruiser? I'm not super good at identification. The Baltimore is actually a heavy cruiser, so the easiest way to tell the difference between the two is usually heavy cruisers have 203mm guns or larger. I think the largest in the game is 240. That's the Henri. That's the largest for cruiser anyway. Well, at least it's this map. Let's just not do that. Let's just not do stupid stuff. Buy a SVT-R. Are you talking about the GT350R? Again, if you want to buy it for me, I'm game. Or if you want to help pay for it, I'm game. But oh, you're. No, I don't think so. Why would I give up what I've currently got? I don't think Nissan GTRs died after the 34. The current one is really, really good. It's really fast. It's just, it's a video game. The port is, it's the premium port, but it's in the daytime. It's, part of the Aslane's mod pack. You can actually install... It'll give you the port, but if you, like, go through the Aslane mod pack installer, it'll actually give you the port even if you don't have premium time, but, the ships will all spawn in I think it's the middle one. So... what's your thought when Balti got down-tiered? Well, my thought is I wish that it would basically be a straight down tier where it keeps its heel, but apparently that's not going to be. So, other than that, it doesn't seem like much else is changing. It's the same guns, it's the same... well, the radar got changed down a little bit. It's the same guns, it's the same, same AP shell. It's the same 27mm bow, so all the advantages are all there. A paddle shifter is a far cry from an automatic transmission. Let's do our best not to confuse these two, because, there are definitely far worse things in this world than a paddle shifter. Besides, it's not a typical paddle shifter that you see on most of the cars being put out today, which are automatics with, you know, with the ability to manually shift them, and that really isn't any more effective than just being a regular automatic transmission. So Personally, I think that this is much better. Paddle-shifted gearboxes with a dual-clutch transmission are actually better than, gasp, I'm going to say it, better than a manual transmission. The Nissan GTR's driving problems are more the fact that it's just so good at everything it does, it's kind of boring. It's the same reason I hate BMWs. Fletcher sitting in smoke and expect a BB bought for him. I guess I'm a touch confused. What? Perfect car for city. No, I'm good. I don't think that that's that good of a car for the city, Moon. Personally, when it comes down to car selection and all that, I tend to prioritize what autocross capabilities it has, if any. And the Fiesta and Focus STs and the Focus RS, as fast and as good a car as they are, and as much fun as I would like to, as much fun as it would be to own one, I just don't see there being any real advantage to owning one at this point. As far as driving, it is what it is. Doesn't Graf... Oh, I guess Graf Spee, yeah, technically. My bad. Those are 11-inch guns. 283s, I think, is what they are. Of all the tech tree ships, the largest of them is the 240s on Omri. Cars with their rotary engine, much better, except its fuel consumption. No. The only thing rotary cars are good for is the novelty of having a rotary. I don't think that they're worth it. I've driven a number of RX-8s over the years. I don't fit in them, so that doesn't help at all. And so, that's another reason why I'm not exactly overjoyed with the idea of ever purchasing a rotary-powered car. I also don't think there's any advantage to them. You got lots of high RPM operation, which is great, but that high RPM operation doesn't mean anything if it's not making any power or torque there. In truth, I'm gonna say this isn't gonna piss off some rotary fans, but if Mazda had put the Miata motor in the RX-8, it would have been a much better vehicle. Hands down, much better vehicle. Absolutely no question about it. Hands down, a better vehicle. Hey, Katusov. Really wish you would go back to... Gosh dang it. Although he's just on the outside of my detection range. Alright. We'll go back to shooting at him with HE now. Especially since we're actually getting some decent damage on him. And we're gonna turn and hopefully face this North Carolina to avoid... Just go ahead and sit in your smoke, buddy. The only thing that's keeping me detected for you is the... Overhead valve push rods. Get out of here with that crap. Everybody knows that the answer is clearly the overhead cam. And it's not like you can't buy overhead cam motors that don't make good power. There's no denying that the Coyote is a very, very capable V8. Although there's some people who would definitely like to argue that, or try to argue that. Really? Danger, Will Robinson. Ah! Things that would be nice to have. Vision on that Kagero. Especially since he launched torpedoes at us. Good thing I was paying attention, though. This. Maybe that was the Huang He's. We're in a really bad place here. We'll just keep backing up. God, I can only hope. Oh, he missed! That was brilliant. These shots I don't think are gonna, though. What did he take it? Ow! Leave me alone! And now I can't even sail away from him or anything. It's decided it had had enough of life and decided to reset. Oh, it's reconnecting. That's brilliant. Are we back? Oh my goodness. Dude, Gajimata, you're like $1 short and a day late to this. I don't know what's causing the issues with the stream. Aside from the fact that I've had some kind of spotty, internet connection as of late, so. We're just gonna keep sailing like this. There's nothing else over here that can really successfully engage us. Okay, never mind. We're gonna sail away now. Because we also don't want to get into a secondary range. Ah! You're on fire, buddy! Hope you didn't need that hit point pool. Now you're on fire twice. And you missed. Womp, womp, womp. LS swap the world. Wrong. Welcome, Tyler. It's all our own fault. First time watching live, all you do is talk cars. Nah, that's yeah, these guys are right. We are talking ships. It's just a bit tense, and they're distracting me with cars. So we are in the Cleveland, as you can see. Atsuharu. Give me that other midship fire. That would be great. Come on, RNGesus. Come on, RNGesus. There it is. I love how he's sailing away. Like, dude, you're a brawling battleship. What? Goodbye. It was nice knowing you. Does this satisfy you? Last night for Tier 6 Cleveland, man. Okay, definitely bedtime now. It's 12 a.m. in the morning. Oh, man. Have a good one, Ether. We'll try and make fun of the British for you some more so that you have an idea. And I think this Hatsaru's got the Kagero. Yeah. Prefer the 6.2 more, though. Are you talking about the 6.2 liter overhead cam motor from Ford, like the one that I'm swapping into my Fox body, or are you talking about the 6.2 liter LS motor? Anyway, yeah. Pensacola is gonna have a 45-second turret traverse. It's gonna be a little bit of a downside, but I think you're gonna be able to work with it. You got to remember that the ship as a whole isn't changing much, is my understanding. So I think it'll be all right. That's just my opinion. I think it'll be all right where it's at. I mean, you've got 10 8-inch guns, for crying out loud, at Tier 6. That is more than any other Tier 6 cruiser. Oh, Ether, we like you. We just gotta give you a ration of crap. That's how I show my affection. Oh, man. Man, we got a whole wide array of people here from all over the world. We got people from India, we got people from Hungary, we've got people who are from the Ukraine, we got Russian citizens, we got US citizens, British. I'm sure there's some others hiding in there. Germans, Italians. We've had both of those on the stream before. I've seen a Kuma in a tier 8 match. I was wondering, is the opposite possible, like a Yamato in a tier 7? No? I don't know how they would have gotten a Kuma into a match like that, into a tier 8 match. Because the only way that would work is if you had a... No? Because Kuma's a tier 4. I don't know. Oh, we got Genosha. Really? Oh, we got Canadians. Yep. Land Warrior, you're not an American. You're an elf. The legless elf. Got him. He's related to that guy, that Orlando Bloom character. Anyway. Man, we got all... That's great that we've got this many people that are watching from all over the world. That's just fantastic. Okay, so we've got ourselves... Oh, he isn't... Okay. So we'll take out the Marblehead because people seem to struggle with Omaha a lot, so this will be a good one to show. Here is the consumables. This is basically an Omaha. I mean, there's differences, but it's basically the same. Anyway, here's the upgrades that I am running. We've got main armaments mod 1, propulsion mod 1, and aiming systems mod 1. Captain skills are the same for all light cruisers. IFHE, expert loader, expert marksman, adrenaline rush, demo expert, superintendent, concealment expert. Not in that order. Aw, YouTube removed the flag emojis. Oh. I'm the reverse, like the Omaha I met with the Marblehead. It's basically the same ship. Omaha with real torpedoes. Not really. Look, we're in a tier 7 fight. We're the only tier 5. Oh no, we got a Giulio Cesare. Well, we should have all the rest of the flags for our sponsors, so... Man, we do have a lot of people from all over the place. Indianapolis got a buff. I hear that. I saw that. They were talking about that. It's kind of neat. If I remember correctly, it was a rudder shift buff, right? I don't know if it's gone live yet, though, has it? Blue boo boo. What? Is there... Whoa, Google it. I'm guessing yes, judging by the fact that there is a warship named after it. I would have a hard time believing that they wouldn't name a ship after a city, given that's their naming nomenclature. 8.2 kilometer torps. Oh, they are sea mines. Holy cow. When did this get changed? I thought Marblehead had 4.5K torps. Or 5.5K torps. The best way to grind for Commander XP without signal, since I'm saving those. 19-point captain on a premium ship, and as much as you can get for bonuses from command, like flags and camos. So like this camo, the Restless Fire camo is, I want to say it's 300% Commander XP. Don't quote me on that. We'll throw our scout plane up, even though he's basically useless for doing anything here. Definitely need to keep the WASD going while detected. Yep, there we go. Longer detected. Marblehead as Simstorps. There you go. Anti-shark buff. Didn't think it had gotten onto the live server yet. Leander. So Leander is one of those ships that if he turns broadside, we can. Oh, there's something else next to him, which took 8 million seconds to render, thanks to Wargaming's super awesome rendering system, which they still somehow think is fine. Huang He. We'll engage him. I don't think we're gonna get terribly lucky with shell hit. So, go back to HE here. Oop. We need a battleship or something more tanky than us to get up here and deal with him. The nice part about this, about the Omaha class, is that you do have really good gun arcs for. Oh wow, Leander having none of that. Keep going here. Front gun is taking forever to traverse in. Still needs spotting. Canadian ice carrier and leave? What? Alright. Marblehead is in Massachusetts. Thank you. I'm glad that somebody knows their geography. Alright. Since the Scharnhorst is going in, we should now be able to... we're going to traverse our rear gun the other way now. Because, you know, I like being a jerk and overly pedantic for the sake of being overly pedantic. We are going to launch torpedoes. Watch as the Scharnhorst accelerates into them. Anyway, we are going to... we're detected. Of course we are. I'm no longer detected. Of course we aren't. We definitely need that Duke of York over here, not running away. Anyway, my hope is that by going this way, we might be able to catch some ships broadside, maybe? Be able to, engage them a little bit more efficiently. But, alas, nope. Our Scharnhorst is doing what Scharnhorsts do best in this case, and that's run away. Give me the Farragut. Come on. Beach? He beaching himself? No, he's going around the other side. Let's go, team. Cleveland, you should have no problems nuking this Farragut. Thank you. I was gonna say, now that there's no destroyers in this match, Scharnhorst, you need to, like, put on the big boy pants. Let's go. Let's go! Nope, he's dead. Really unlikely those torpedoes are going to do anything. Doesn't mean I can't try. This ship is actually really good. Ooh, he's running away. The ship is actually really good at kiting. It's one of the strengths of this ship, in my opinion. Because it has such a large number of guns with fairly decent angles. Womp, womp, womp. Getting anything but overpens makes this kind of a lame ordeal. I love how slow those torpedoes are, though. It's just like, yo, dog. I hear you hate torpedoes, so we put, you know, like a speed reducer on our torpedoes so that you can have slow torpedoes or something. That doesn't really make much sense. It was almost worth the comedy to try. Meander. I'm gonna keep shooting over islands and stuff at stuff. Oh, God. Definitely don't want to make mistakes in whoa, 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 whoa. Woof! Duh. Anywho's. Going back to engaging this Colorado, if we can. Good thing he's distracted. Alright. Oh, come on. Really? The nice part about these guns is when they do cooperate, they do decent damage. Question is whether or not they will ever actually cooperate. As you can see there, no. Worst Randy Jackson ever. Well, you know, my humor is not very good. What can I say? Duke of York. Gun accuracy, definitely lacking right now. Finally. The ship up-tiered is not very good. Not that that's a terrible or surprising thing. I mean, it'd be one thing if the ship actually had some decent accuracy to it, but it just doesn't. Look at that. We're getting multiple shell hits, and we're only doing 363 damage each. That's not good or usable. We're gonna launch torpedoes, even if they aren't gonna help us much. Yep. The Huang Man is shooting at, well, there's an Atlanta over there. Oh my goodness. Stop it. Whatever will we do? Hopefully we'll get a kill in this. That's what I'm hoping for. Meanwhile, we're going to continue to run away. Also... because of this island here, I don't know that I really want to wait for him out. Maybe. Dang it. Alright. Turn me back here. Arr, matey. We missed with our torpedoes. Wasn't for lack of trying on our part. We'll go back to shooting HE, mostly because it's way more effective than the AP is at the moment. I ain't playing this game with you, buddy. I love how I'm, even while angled, I'm still taking a large amount of damage from him. Wah, wah, wah. Come on, guns. Really? This is gonna be a fight to the death here. Literally. Maybe even figuratively. Just keep WASD. Nope. 181 hit points! Woo woo! We're still alive! Oh, we're not gonna be, though. Friendly's coming in to help. Oofta. 181 hit points. It's not going to be enough to deal with this Atlanta, but, So the only way to effectively deal with an Atlanta in this situation is to be at range, because you can outrange him quite healthily. Oh! Knock it off. His max range, even with advanced firing training, is well below that of yours. So, hey, knock it off. Knock it off, sleazeball. Buzzball, whatever it is. We're not abandoning anything. That's just wrong. We're just gonna be a continuous pain in their side until they give up. Kill him. He's got no hit points left. Although I definitely think our ranger is about to die. That Colorado is almost in range. Who says you can't stealth fire? Alright, moving on. We almost got him with him. Now we just turn into a burner of all things. At least we hope we turn into a burner of all the things. So, with this, I do approve. We'll just keep on WASDing and focusing this guy down and getting as much damage as we possibly can. Eventually, we're going to get a fire on him, and we're going to be able to utilize that. Hopefully this York has a much better time at shooting down enemy aircraft. Yep, rip. That's what I get for not paying attention. Okie dokie. What is the most OP ship tier for tier? Well... You know, that's a really good question. I'm not sure. I would say Belfast is probably the single most egregious example of an overpowered ship in the game. That's probably the strongest ship in the game, in my opinion. You didn't come here for your humor, just your mediocre play. Oh my goodness. UrPeaceKeeper, would you like to grind for William F. Halsey after the update? Yes? I would like to grind for him. It'd be nice to have him. What do you think of the NC? Any tips for you? The North Carolina is a fantastic ship. It plays exactly like a, what's the word I'm looking for here? Plays exactly like a Claymore. Point the front towards the enemy and destroy all the things. Basically, if you can keep the front of that ship pointed roughly in the direction of the enemy, you should be pretty good. It's fairly maneuverable. It's really stealthy for what it is, for a battleship. So you can really get in and out of some sticky situations. I really do like it. It is also a very good punisher of anything that is broadside. What about the black or other ranked reward? I really don't think the black is overpowered because there's such a select few number of people who have it. You almost never see one in a game. I don't know the last time I ever saw one in a game, quite honestly. Hello, Angel of Death. Welcome. Bama is definitely more maneuverable. I think Bama is a little bit more comfortable for the average player to play. It's easier to survive in because I think it's more survivable overall. It is a very, very good ship, though. Favorite Tier 6 cruiser? Well, right now it's Cleveland. Apparently tonight is the last night for that to be my favorite Tier 6 cruiser. I don't know what else to say about that other than I look forward to trying the Tier 8. Yes, the South Dakota class is historically after the after the North Carolinas. It was built in such a way that it made for actually quite a very good ship design. Its biggest downfall is the fact that it only had enough crew size and complement for like really tight quarters. It had a large number of people for its displacement and its overall size, and as a result, the crew quarters were very, very cramped. But the ship itself, combat worthiness was really quite high. This Colorado needs to die before our Colorado dies. I foresee that happening. Yep, he died. RIP. What is your favorite Tier 10 battleship? That is the Montana. All stations requesting fire on the designated... Will, you're going to see the Alabama in a week? You better take pictures and post them to the Discord. I'm going to be disappointed if you don't. Ah, this game went from being close to being over. What build would I recommend for Henry IV? Build for what? Captain skills? I would say that you should go check out the video on captain skills for the French cruisers. That explains my captain skill build for it quite well. Basically looks an awful lot like the US heavy cruiser captain skill build. So looking at expert loader, expert marksman, superintendent, concealment expert, advanced firing training, demo expert, and adrenaline rush. Peacekeeper, have you ever played any carriers in the game in general? I have. I have probably, I don't know, 300, 400 battles in carriers. Maybe more than that. I doubt it, but, well, I guess I can go look. Give me 1 second here. Let me point the camera in the right direction. It's been a long time since I've actually played one. I'm not a fan of playing them. I haven't looked to see... you know what? I bet, Warships today probably isn't going to work, is it? Yeah, I was going to say, we'd better be close to the top of the team. Nope, it did find it. Battles. Let's go. Carrier. Oh, this says I have 53. Okay, so a couple hundred is wrong. Probably about 75 to 100 if you don't count, if you count test ships. If you don't count test ships, then only 53. I don't have any XP or gold, but I need to respec my captain. Yeah, you can, believe it or not. You can actually, you can respec captains using Commander XP. Let's click on this. Depending on how many points you have is how many, oh, apparently it's 10,000, 100,000, 10,000. Yeah, 10,000 per captain skill point. Oh wait, is that right? Yes. Okay. In your how to play guides, incorporate captain skills for the ships. Nyan, I actually break those out into separate videos because I could spend all day talking about captain skill builds for certain ships, and I really don't think people want my already 30-minute long videos to be 45 minutes long. So I break them off into their own separate videos. So there are separate videos at the beginning of every How to Play series. If you just, in my YouTube channel, search for whatever nation, like let's say you want USN captain skills, just type in the search box US cruiser captain skills and it should come up. Do the best tier 7 DD, the Flint or Atlanta. Oh man, there's... I don't really think so. In fact, we need to diversify a little bit. We've had a request for gearing, so we will play gearing. Captain skill build and all of that. So here is my captain skills build. Main armaments mod 1, propulsion mod 1, aiming systems mod 1. You could rock AA guns mod 2 if you wanted to. Steering gears mod 2, concealment systems mod 1, and torpedo tubes mod 3. Captain skills wise, gearing is an anomaly in the good night Superior, thanks for coming out, man. Gearing is an anomaly in the captain skills of the US destroyer line. And the reason why I say that is because it's the only destroyer that is really not good built solely as a gunboat. And I'm sure there's some people who are going to freak out at that, but I just don't think this ship works quite as well with the same build. So for instance, here's my Fletcher Captain build. Survivability Expert, Basic Firing Training Superintendent, Concealment Expert, Last Stand, Adrenaline Rush, Preventive Maintenance, and Priority Target. Now if I were to run the same build on this, I can't help but think the ship would be much better off with something else. So you can see I'm running Torpedo Acceleration. Instead of picking up basic firing training, I'll probably pick up torpedo armament expertise. And I think that that's going to give a much better build overall. The ship will then become torpedo focused and less, anti-destroyer focused. The ship is just too fat and too immaneuverable to really be a good anti-destroyer destroyer. Yeah, and honestly, if they gave Gearing the gun range of the Fletcher, I would be much better with it. How to play by Admiral Peacekeeper. Will I get the Kronstadt? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Land Warrior is asking where his Midway and Hakuru videos are. They're nowhere, because I have neither. Azrael Sword. If you can play the Tier 6 Pensacola after the patch, the game gives you 190k Elite Commander XP to respec. It's another option if you don't have the resources now to respec. Good to know. I do remember that. Black 3... Whoa. We're gonna go with Clack. Clack over on Twitch is asking, hello Peacekeeper, what's your favorite DD in the Tier 9 to Tier 10 range? UA Young and Shimakaze are probably my two most favorite destroyers in this game. Both very, very good destroyers. In my opinion, UA Young is basically outclassed the Gearing as far as doing... it's pretty much outclassed the Gearing in dealing with other ships. It's just much more well-rounded. It gives up a little bit in the sense that it doesn't have defensive fire, but quite honestly, Destroyer AA, as strong as it is, you never see carriers at Tier 10, and this is another perfect example of a match in which we don't see carriers, so... Gearing needs the range of a Kiev or Tashkent. I don't even remember what that range is, but I'm guessing it's in the 13s. I would think that this ship would be very hard to hit with. But yeah, the deep water torpedoes definitely make it definitely make the UA Young very potent when it comes to dealing with cruisers, which is something that even though Gearing has pretty good torpedoes, you can see here I'm running a torpedo acceleration, and that actually helps out a lot as well. They're pretty stealthy torpedoes at 1.4k. But there are disadvantages to the ship, and mostly the fact that it's really not very maneuverable. It's probably the biggest disadvantage of it. Plus, the UA Young's smokescreen is like 8 billion times more potent. That is not the Iowa. That is, though. Boy, wouldn't it be nice to be able to launch torpedoes right about now. Doot 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 doot. Okay. Well, I don't think those torpedoes are going to mount to much, but we are going to go ahead and bail out of here. No reason to continue. Yeah, this is one of those engagements where we just got to keep WASDing and running. Yeah, we're going to disengage with smoke. Don't really enjoy, having to deploy smoke in this way, but don't really have much of a choice. Don't think we're even going to get to the Iowa. If we do, we're only going to get maybe one torpedo hit. This is one of the downsides of the ship. You don't have any support at all. You're hosed. Smoke screen set. Not even one? Really? Oh, for Pete's sakes. Those torpedoes were so masterfully launched. There's no way I could have possibly missed. I'm just kidding. There's a lot of ways I could have possibly missed. But yes, that was actually a pretty decent one. You ever run radiolocation on any of my destroyers? No. That's 4 points that I would much rather spend elsewhere. Mostly on concealment, mostly on everything else. Montana is slowing down too. This is kind of funny. Oh, come on. Need the Montana spotted. Wah wah. All right. So. Oofta. Talk about being really good at being really lucky with the guess here. we have managed to make the best of this smoke cloud. I am legitimately surprised that we have not died yet. Gearing and I have a really rough history with each other. Not a huge fan. Of course it is. Neptune, no! You're about to be detected. And I don't have any smoke to cover you either. And I don't think we're going to get anything with this Montana. All the sadness all the way around. Oh, he just deployed his own smoke. Handy. Except for the Montana's not in my actual gun range, so not handy. Really quite annoying. But we'll just keep, I guess, doing circles here. I don't know what else to really do. The gearing is out of their smoke. It looks like all of their radar has run from the area. There is a Missouri off the right side, though. So that's going to always complicate things a little bit. Montana is finally in range. There's the Missouri. Yeah, see, he's backing up. Let's make this a little bit longer. Accelerate before the smoke deployment ends. Interestingly enough, their Yugamo has not come back into the cap. Even though he was headed this way. I'm always hesitant to launch torps at these ranges at these ships because you just... It's so hard to predict when they are or aren't going to come in and actually do things. So, like this Montana, I don't know when he is going to, you know, start advancing all of a sudden. Destroyer sighted. Yugamo, all the way over there. Neat. Maybe we'll actually get some hits on some stuff. Yugamo... No, should fall off detection. Thank you. Except for that Yugamo is kind of a problem, but not really. Again, I don't know if I'm going to get any hits with the torpedoes or not, but... I don't want to hang around here too long because of the, there is a gearing nearby. There's a Minotaur nearby as well. Are any of my torpedoes going to hit? No. All the more reason why I hate launching torpedoes at those ranges. It's all the more reason why I like to run torpedo armament expertise on my U.S. destroyers. Oh, this team is getting pushed into a corner. Well, since we're here... we'll accelerate a little bit and then we'll shoot at this Montana. Maybe. No, I don't think we're gonna be able to sneak him over. No. Not wide enough, she said. Well, it was worth a shot. He's accelerating, slowing down, accelerating. Missouri. Let's go look at him for a minute. We're gonna keep our guns up though. Iowa as well over here. They're shooting at our Moskva. Iowa. We'll make that work. Our team is melting. Who's got two thumbs and isn't overly surprised by that? Oh, super inconveniently timed. Still gonna get some torpedo hits, but unfortunately they got. Actually, we might only get one. All we're getting is one. Blunk. Well, you know what they say. You win some, you lose some. Then you lose some more, and you lose some more, and lose some more, and still lose some more. Where did the green team go? Well, they disappeared because, reasons. I'm going with reasons as the reasons why they've disappeared. Speed boost. Engage.
Engine boost activated.
I would love to engage both these guys right now. I'd actually like to more engage this Iowa if I could. I was hoping he would shoot. There we go. You can do it, Iowa. Just bring yourself out. And I think he's backing up. Baltimore's presence there is really annoying. Oofta, Otsard. And that Missouri is conveniently slowing down. Or turning in, one of the two. Probably both, actually. Downsides to playing a torpedo-oriented destroyer, right? Oh no, I'm detected by radar, not that. Whatever will I do? Mr. Dmitry Donskoy, I do not appreciate you. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And we're dead. Most assuredly dead. And dead any minute now. If I mentioned I really hate that ship, I really hate gearing. I don't like this ship. Like, it doesn't feel like any other U.S. destroyer. It could use a good maneuverability buff. And this has been my luck with this ship forever. I mean, it's just... Ugh. It is what it is. Yes, I play on the U.S. server. I am a U.S. server only. I changed the account specifically to watch your stream. Alright, cool. I think. That's a good thing, right? Alright, we're gonna exit to port here. No, Grozavoy. There isn't enough money in this world to get me to play that ship. Not enough money in the world. We will... Let's show the stark contrasting differences between Gearing and UA Young. So here is UA Young. And Gearing equal passive play for destroyer. It is, and you know, Yue Young is a much better destroyer. Even with smoke as your consumable, the ship is you can play it a little bit more aggressively because it's actually maneuverable. It is a little bit stealthier. It has way better torpedoes. It's just a much better ship all the way around as far as destroyers are concerned. So, not much of a change. Wow. Well, I mean, I guess there's a little bit of a change, but as far as, oof. This really isn't that much better of a composition for the map either. Grozavoy is not fun. I'm sorry. That thing cost me a monitor. I'm good. The only reason I didn't sell it is because I don't sell tier 10 ships. It's not because I'm a particularly, like, collector or anything like that. I don't think you should sell tier 10 ships. I made that mistake a long time ago with Montana when it was garbage. It's an expensive mistake. They're expensive to outfit. They're expensive to buy. So I just keep them. And besides, I can say that I've got almost all the tier 10 ships. I don't know that many people here know Iron Wolf. Remember, the window lickers are out of school. Oh, man. I feel obligated to point out, though, that the average age of this game is still... is still well within the you know, 30-year-old plus range. So even with all of the school kids being out, I don't think that that's necessarily a valid excuse. If only they had mine-laying ships. What purpose would you like a mine-laying ship? Personally, I can't think of any reason why I would want one, but... Having played Navy Field 2 with mines, they're super annoying, especially since the only ships that could clear them from the game were light cruisers. Oh, man. No thanks. Okay, so, like with everything, we don't want to get overly aggressive in you know, trying to win this cap, if you will. There's absolutely no reason to, you know, YOLO in at the early part. Especially since I'm located. We do want to provide ourselves with ample opportunity to escape. And of course, the carrier's aircraft make this particularly annoying. Alsace. Dude, don't put your torpedo bombers there. What? Hello, Mr. Shimakaze. That's pretty funny. The ship also has, if you haven't noticed this, ship also has distinctly good, English. Use my words. Has decently good, gun range. 11.9 is a little bit longer than the gearings. Rip that Alsace. There's gonna be at least a couple torpedo hits in there, I hope. Alright, we're gonna shimmy on out of here because there is a Shimakaze. That is Shimakaze. Oh, see, we're good. We got one torpedo hit. Go back in the smoke. Yeah, see? You can do... Ooh! Well. Got ourselves a solo cap. It's the only cap so far in this match. Ooh, that Alsace just eating it. And he's gonna flood to death because I got the flood on him with my torpedoes, so... Oh no, I'm detected. Whatever will happen. I don't know. But something's eating it up. Eating his aircraft up. Wah, wah, wah. Maybe it's the Des Moines and the Minotaur combined. Shimakaze off there to the other side. We can safely ignore him. We are going to come back over here in the hopes that we can find some good torpedoes too. Good ships to torpedo. It would be fun to hit Snord some torpedoes just for some friendly reminder of, you know, who's the boss. I'm just kidding. I'm actually just kidding about just kidding. I'm just kidding about just kidding, just kidding. We're gonna gamble. What are the odds? Not good. The odds are not good. But we're gonna do it anyway. I need him to turn one way or another. That's really the intent. We're gonna end up with 2 solo caps out of this, though, if our carrier can keep his aircraft off of me. No! I need you to turn, you goof! I'll take things that would be nice for 1,000. Nuking cruisers with torpedoes. Not gonna happen. Alright, so... I think we've successfully trolled the crap out of them on this side, so let's see if we can't go for a 3rd cap since, nothing else. Ooh, there's a Des Moines over here. Maybe I don't want to get too aggressive. Okay, so... looking at what he's doing... Why can't it give me the torpedoes I actually care about? Not a good sign. Somebody please spot him. I don't like this. A little too close to this Des Moines here to really make this... Okay, he popped up and he's turning out and away. So that means to me... we might just be able... Ooh, nothing should be able to shoot at us. But we're fine. Right now. On the cat. Always in the way. Just gotta wait him out. It's a shame that this doesn't increase potential damage. It's going around the long way. Wah, wah, wah. Hey! Knock it off. Really? The radar has been impressive. Thank you. Jeez and beats. Alright. Since we are being uber salty about this whole experience, let's go see if we can't push his poop in. Especially now that his radar is gone and he's doing something silly like sitting stationary. Backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards. Hopefully stationary. Just keep sitting there. Oh, why did you have to attack him? No! Well, we're gonna get at least 2. Hopefully there's been enough time since the... Nope. Turn. Yes, turn away from the Des Moines over there. That is almost within range. Woofda! Getting our AA guns to work or something. Please shoot him down before this Des Moines decides to look over here. Especially since he's parking them right over top of you, and you have tier 10 AA. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wah, wah, wah. So their whole team is off over here now. This North Carolina, we're gonna try and dive in here. We're gonna try and get some torpedoes off on him. It's gonna require a little bit of voodoo to really get them to land. My guess is he's gonna turn in towards the cap, so we definitely want to launch pretty much right at the marker. As I say that, he decides to do the exact opposite. Brilliant. I don't know where Moon Puma's there. Hello, Hunnet. Taiho on our team, Essex on their team. Why did the... There's nothing over here that can really effectively shoot at me. Nope. That was a pretty cute amount of damage you did there. Well, he's going to get some freebie damage off of that. North Carolina, I feel that we're going to be able to really... Accelerate! No problem, Tovarish. Not even close. Alright, so now we're going to do our gunboaty things, because we really don't have anything else that we can do. So, we also don't want to hang around Mr. Hindenburg here any longer than is absolutely necessary. Especially since the chances of us getting a successful torpedo hit on him just improved tenfold. Nice. He does have fairly long-range hydro. Always something to be a concern about. Not really paying any attention to us. So until such time that he does... Now he is. Give me the kill. Give me the kill. Damn it. Put all that work in and he wants to steal my kills. Alright. Not the Des Moines. Oh no! 5-hour shell arcs. Wah, wah, wah. Warish, I see that you are sitting here waiting for accepting torpedoes. So allow me... Using predictive torping. There's the Essex. That's me spotting him. I'm waiting for him to pop his radar. I'm kind of disappointed he hasn't yet. I think that's because he's wanting to catch this Minotaur. But in reality, Tovarish, I think you're about to accept a much better gift. Bronk. Wah, wah, wah. Well, we've had a very good go of it so far, except for one major problem. Our major problem is the fact that we haven't gotten a single kill yet. And it's unlikely we will either. Oh yes. Help them. North Carolina is turning away. Wish that I could say that that was terribly surprising. But alas, it is not. We've gotten good damage here, and we've gotten good caps, so we'll definitely finish high on the team. Just... You know, this guy is playing, I'm gonna call it what it is. He's playing pretty passively, all things considered. we're just gonna keep pushing in. I mean, he's got no one else aside from us really to engage. We're gonna slow down and we're just gonna engage. I doubt that he will live long enough for our torpedoes to get there, but you never know. In the meantime, we're gonna rack up as much damage as we can. When it comes to aiming at battleships that are this far off, even broadside, you want to aim so that your shells are impacting the superstructure, which means usually aiming well above where you would normally think otherwise, because otherwise you're not going to land shells in his superstructure. You're instead going to land them in his in his hull, and then they're going to break. So, quit shooting at your island. No. Windows are delicious. Thank you. Oh man. Can you do a video on how to improve your win rate? I don't get how losing games is my fault. Well, the thing with win rate that is maybe a little bit harder to pinpoint exactly is what you have to do to win. I mean, it's obvious for somebody to say, well, yeah, play the objectives. Well, that's not always the easiest thing to do. Really, the best way to control your win rate, if you're really looking to improve your stats for just the sake of improving your stats, consider divisioning up with other players. That's one way to do it, although that's not necessarily the only thing you can do. Like, for instance, let's take a what gives experience for battleships. So let me pull up Richelieu. So Richelieu, if you're playing Richelieu, how do you get the most XP? Well, XP for battleships is primarily a percentage of damage dealt to a single enemy. So the more damage you do to a single enemy, the more likely you are to receive more XP, the more likely you are to win. That's one thing. So with Richelieu, my best recommendation would be to consider aiming at broadside targets as best you possibly can. Getting defend ribbons, you know, playing and supporting the ships that are doing the majority of the work, that would be, you know, something else to consider. So like UA Young, in that last battle, we spent the first whole half of that, we only really fired torpedoes and a handful of shells, but we captured 2 points. By ourselves, mind you. That really put us into a good place to get quite a lot of damage, but it also increased our XP. It also increased the possibility of us actually getting a win. And I know that that seems a little obvious at first, but that's kind of what you have to do to win with a destroyer. You know, if you're playing a cruiser, support destroyers. Your targets of priority are going to end up being other destroyers, radar cruisers, other cruisers, battleships. Battleships, if you can take them out in a cruiser, I mean, by all means do. Battleship Hindenburg is particularly good at it, but don't get so hung up on this idea that, you know, oh, I have to engage just battleships in a battleship. Absolutely not. Shoot at destroyers. You'd be surprised at how much damage you can do to a destroyer. And, you know, going back to Richelieu here, let's look at how much damage she does. With one shell hit, her main battery is going to do... Okay, so AP, 11,900 damage. If you were to land just one overpen, that is going to be basically 1,200 damage. You land 2 of them, that's basically 2,400 damage. Land 3 of them, that's 3,600 damage. 3 shells off of a tier 8 destroyer, we'll just use his Xian Yang here as an example. 3,600 is going to be about, we'll call it a quarter of the hit points. So, absolutely look at shooting at destroyers, even if all you get is overpens. And then on top of that, you've got to be able to position yourself on a map to make big damage hits and impact the flow of the game. So let's take Richelieu out. We'll get a little bit of a battleship game going here. But yeah, you definitely don't want to be anywhere near the back, especially not in a battleship. Battleships have so many hit points that you really need to take advantage of that. While this is loading, let's go look at our stream schedule. Oh, that's right. I haven't put up a new stream schedule yet. So our next live stream is going to be the 2nd of June at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Expect an updated stream schedule here soon. I will get it out on the Discord server, and it'll get uploaded as the image for the next live stream. We'll talk a little bit more about it as well when we do the War Thunder live stream after this. So, speaking of other random bits of, so I see you, nice. Speaking of other random bits of information, if you haven't already, there is a link in the description to this video to the Discord server for Whiskey's Gaming Lounge. Once you're there, you can find pretty much information about every ship you could possibly ever need. We got a large number of people there that are fantastic resources. There are people there that are willing to group up with other people and division up with people. There's also voice chat channels there, so you don't have to be on the same TeamSpeak or give away super secret squirrel TeamSpeak information if you don't want to. So there's all of that. There's also a link down in the description if you would like to donate or support this channel in any way. There is a link there to do that. I don't do this for money, but I do this for fun. And while any money you do give is extremely appreciated, it is by no means required, and nor should you feel obligated. So we are in Richelieu. This captain is not set up for secondaries. I don't think Richelieu's secondary build is really all that good. Her secondaries are concentrated almost entirely in the aft of the ship. The ship does have advanced firing training and basic firing training, though, for the boost in AA. And that'll actually be a really big help in this match, for once. Male? Yeah, I'm guessing that's how it's said, is absolutely right. Knowing when to withdraw is definitely a hard decision to make. It's not one that should be taken lightly. So, my only tips to that are do it when it's safe to do so. And that seems really stereotypical, like, well, no, duh. Oh my goodness, beer can spotted. Thread the needle. Must sink beer can. As we get nothing. Dang it. Anyway. So yeah, there's a number of different ways that you can choose to withdraw. It's just going to require you to have good situational awareness to really know and recognize the signs of when you can and can't, turn and retreat. One of the hardest aspects of that is that determining when the enemy is no longer shooting at you, and that's one of the areas in which priority target can be a huge help to your gameplay. I personally don't run it because I feel like I've pretty much grasped the ideas of, when an enemy is going to launch its attack and when we can actually turn and engage. But once again, come on, give me some good, oh, way overlet him. Could have stuck with my initial lead. Our AA guns aren't doing anything right now, surprisingly. Mr. Roma, I think you're going to regret this decision you've made. If my guns would reload. Yeah, buddy. Oh, really? That's it? I would have figured we would have gotten more damage than that. Alright, so we spent this entire time shooting at battleships. It's time for us to move up and engage some cruisers, specifically this New Orleans. It has radar. We do not want radar to expose our Fubuki-chan. Fubuki-chan does not need to be exposed. That's just rude and lewd and all sorts of inappropriate. New Orleans. Snuck it over the island. Accelerate, 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 accelerate. Really? That's also it? figured we would have gotten a little bit more than that out of it. Well, our secondaries are engaging now, but it's by virtue of being basically a glorified light show. Okay, Bugioni. Goodbye, comrade. What? Did you guys see that? How the heck did that turn into no damage? How did that turn into no damage? That makes no sense whatsoever. Wargaming, please. Okay, so let's lead this time. Much better grouping. And all over pens. I think I aimed just a little too high on that one. We're still busy taking out cruisers out of this fight. This ridiculously annoying Cleveland is still around, though. Oh, hello. Hello, comrade. Nope. Alright, let's push this. Goodbye. Nope. Somebody else is gonna get the kill. Oh no, we got it. Cool. Turn in. We're eating 3 of these. And we're flooding. How brilliante. No citadels, of course not. The nearly completely broadside Roma. Oh, man. See, we're gonna flood to death. All because I potatoed with my damage control party. Oh, that was convenient. I'm dead. So, yeah. Zombie build to stay safe. I don't think that Roma's issue really revolves around her, or not Roma, but Richelieu's issue is her accuracy per se. One of the things to remember is that her guns have pretty high velocity, and as a result, it's very easy to miss because you're not aiming perfectly. And that will give you really wide dispersion because of the stupid dispersion system in this game. Oh, it's Bat Rastardly. Didn't see you there. Okay. Could almost make vodka with that potatoing. You know, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny coming from a land warrior. General Ming is asking, hey, Peace, is it possible for you to do a live stream with a guest YouTuber? Not Sir I Chase, etc. I would love to. I've not actually approached any of them to do it, but I would love to. I played 25 plus battles in the Rishi and have yet to be in a tier 6 match with tier 8. Well, tier 8 matchmaking is pretty garbage too, so that's all a distinct disadvantage of the matchmaking, unfortunately. That's Wargaming's use of we'll call it priority matchmaking for certain ships. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Ouch. There was a citadel in there. No, Bat Rastardly, don't die. Don't be broadside to him either. Good thing he can't aim. Well, he still took off half his hit points. Anyway, it has to do with the fact that when it comes to tier 10s, okay, so tier 5 can only see 4 through 7 because it can't see 3s because of the way the matchmaking is set to ±1 with tier 4 and below. So Tier 4 and below, only able to see that. Tier 10 will only see 8, 9, and 10, and as a result, it tends to pull a lot of Tier 8s up into its matches, and that's why you only ever see what seems like you will only ever see a bunch of Tier 10 fights in your Tier 8 ship. Anyway, we're gonna go back to port. Checking some things out here. Let's get a U. There was a request for North Carolina. We played it in the last stream. You know what? Let's actually play Alabama, since we haven't played Alabama in a while. We are going to pull our captain from Montana will work. You know when the new Russian cruiser is going to be out? I don't. At all. I don't get told these things by Wargaming. I am not actually a community contributor. I am a super tester, so even if I knew the answer, I couldn't tell you the answer. Unfortunately. I think another good tip for new players is to play all the different ship types so you get a feel for what they can do, and then you start to learn strengths and weaknesses. Absolutely, and I think I made the same comment in my video for how to improve your gameplay. One of the things that I mentioned in there was, of course, pay attention to your own stats, but more importantly was to play a wide variety of ships. If you really think about it, I've played just about every ship in this game with the exception of the high-tier carriers, so that definitely gives me a pretty good advantage when it comes to knowing the in and outs of certain ships. It also it can also make for much more interesting gameplay as well. Mostly because you never really get bored with you know, a certain ship, because you never play it all that often. You know, I've noticed that a larger number of people are saying good luck, have fun at the beginning of matches. That is a stark contrast to what this game was. Not even that's a stark contrast to what this game was several years ago. Hello, Lord Killer. Welcome, man. It's trying to alternate between all my screens here. May your welds be of poor quality and your buoyancy fail. Well, that's just rude. So, Alabama is the more maneuverable cousin to the North Carolina. Trades accuracy for maneuverability and a way better torpedo damage reduction value, to the tune of insane amounts. Reminds me of the time I managed to YOLO rush a Bama and a Chapayev and torp him to death. That is possible. I felt like it was very polite. Oh, man. Not only that, but see what you're good at playing. You may find you're better at some than others. Like, I'm garbage at US cruisers, but do fine in German cruisers. Yeah, and a large part of that is because German cruisers are way more survivable than USN cruisers. USN cruisers have probably some of the lowest survivability for heavy cruisers in the game. Obviously, the light cruisers of the Royal Navy cruiser line are going to have other issues. I feel like this Tirpitz is slowing down. Okay, let's instead turn and let's see if we can't nuke an Atlanta right off the bat. Nothing would please me more. So the guns on the Alabama are not as accurate. Gosh dang it. He's paying attention. How rude. Part of it is this Warspite shot at him, and I think that tipped him off. We're again in a tier 6 fight. What is this all about? I don't know. Their whole team is going this way, so we're gonna fire off one last salvo here at something. And we are going to turn in Mr. Tirpitz. That's gonna hurt. That should hurt. There should be at least a couple thousand. 18 of it! I'll buy it. No Citadel hit. Which means he can definitely repair that if he wants to. But now we're gonna start doing what I call a counterflow. So we're gonna force them to be broadside to a target. Now the problem is I need this North Carolina to help me. Or this Warspite, one of these two. I prefer the North Carolina because we pretty much have the same exact rudder ship. Well, we don't have the same exact rudder ship, but we have the same exact maneuverability, speed. That's the word I'm looking for. And with great speed comes great power. Wait, no, that's not the quote I was looking for. I would like to drive a wedge in between the halves of the enemy team here. Turpits or a Moggy? The Turpits is lower on hit points. We'll engage him, then we're going to turn back in again. I definitely didn't want to be broadside when I started that, but was waiting for the rear turret to get in. That was a good hit. 10K. Now I'm kind of wishing I would have still had my my salvo up from so I can shoot at this Atlanta, but well, you know. The other nice part about this is we are able to utilize our stealth to pretty much be impervious to their shells between salvos. That's not good. That's not going to be a good salvo. That or it'll be a dev strike because that's the way the luck's been going. 2 overpens, yeah. You can kind of tell by how the salvos go when you first launch, how good your aim was, and you can kind of adjust from there. New Mexico, he's far enough out that we can still keep going on this path. New Mexico actually shot at me. He missed, but he shot at me. I don't think that's his fault. I don't think that's the player's fault. I think that's the ship's fault. There's a good salvo. But he is slowing down, so good on him for picking up the cues. We'll keep charging this New Mexico because oh nope, we're gonna slow down here. What? Whose spotter did I shoot at? Wah, wah, wah. Really? Oh, there's a destroyer there. Oh, that's our destroyer. Really? Well, that's impressive. Probably shouldn't. Oh. Yep, knew that was coming. Alright. Enough of that crap. We tried and are doing really bad at it. So now we're gonna. So we're permanently detected here. We're gonna turn and try and deal with this New Mexico. Angle. Okay, now we can turn. And he is moving slow. In fact, it looks like he's actually slowing down. Hey, buddy. Pretty sweet, Oh. We're multitasking here. If I were this New Mexico, I would be going for... Oh, that's gonna hurt. Ooh, I managed to somehow not die from that. That's impressive. Ouch. This is really risky business here. So you really have to choose between which ship you're gonna actually... Goodness gracious. Priorities. Kill him. So that I can get behind Moggy's mist. Really? Really? Well, that's pretty fancy. Allow me to return the favor. We're gonna use our maneuverability to just keep turning here. Angling away finally, so this should help out tremendously with our durability. Plus, we are only dealing with this New Mexico now. There is a New Orleans over there, but really not all that worried about him. How about a Citadel? Would you like another? How about another? Oh, for Pete's sakes. We're gonna end up dying because of this New Orleans. Okay. I don't think it's gonna kill him, but... Oh, sigh. Can't say we didn't try. New Mex is dangerous to brawl, but I think, like I said, I really think had that North Carolina joined me, I think we would have had much better luck with that, because we would have been able to deal with multiple targets. But having to choose between being broadside to an Amagi or broadside to New Mexico, it doesn't really matter which one you choose, you're going to lose. But you kind of saw the tactic, it almost worked. I should have just kept all my guns to the rear and killed the New Mexico before the New Orleans got me, but nah, you know, hindsight, 2020, glasses for your butt, stuff like that. Our North Carolina decided to YOLO, which was about the biggest waste of his life. I kind of YOLO'd too, so I guess I don't have much room to talk, but he didn't even kill the Turpits in the process. So... Also, really curious as to how that New Mexico, even while angled, or not angled, but while I was angled, managed to do that much damage. I'm guessing he got a healthy amount of his damage from hitting my superstructure. That's just a guess, though. I don't know that for a fact. Poor Spite, that's gonna hurt. Eesh. New Mexico is also a pretty solid ship, too, so... this match is kind of close. I don't know how it's going to work out. Hopefully we win. That's what I'm hoping for. But, YOLO! YOLO poi. I don't think that Cleveland flanking A is going to be a real big threat to you guys. Watch this New Mexico is going to have a bunch of hit points. No, only 3k, so we did enough damage to him that it wasn't like he could get away with it. Orleans is finally dead. Well deserving of that death. Hoping that Bismarck can poke this New Mexico. Now, that tactic, like I said, would have definitely worked had I had another battleship there with me. I think we could have definitely made that work out way better. Got one of us up there if we could have. What is a paper towel? A paper towel is a towel you use to dry off your hands or something with that's made of paper. Does it really need to be more complex than that? Interesting how this is shaking out. Traded Cleveland's. But now we have a New Mexico that's off trying to heal. Yeah, wish this game. Some Magi is just chilling behind an island here. Maybe Knots hurt himself or something. I don't know. There we go. Farragut's gonna get him. Yeah, I think the Farragut's. I don't want to say he's wasting his time, but. That was a wasted shot. Especially since the Turpits just came out over there. Go look at Warspite here. Ooh. This is dangerous. That's gonna hurt. Ooh. Woofda. gonna hurt more about this is the secondaries, and then on top of that, the torpedoes. But hopefully, the combined fire of our team can help deal with this Tirpitz. But he's angled himself now, and so it's going to be even harder for this Warspite to deal with him. Hey, I like the game in your vids. Keep doing the good work, says Jesse Boy Fortnite Skills. Thanks, Jesse. I appreciate it. Of course, we are live both on YouTube and Twitch. Definitely need to, the torpedoes. Oof, duh. Dude, your Yikes. Just goes to show that the Tirpitz greater than Warspite at close range, especially. This Bismarck would probably benefit from not shooting AP at him and shooting AP instead at the Amagi, but what do I know? I'm dead. Dead men don't talk. This is such a close match, I don't want to leave because I know that the minute I leave, it's gonna lose. This Farragut is gonna run like headlong into this New Mexico. Gonna get real ugly real fast. Well, yeah, this dude is right. We are only going to lose this game by losing ships. And our Bismarck is sailing. He might as well be giving a broadside. I mean, he's not, but he's not angled either. And our Mogami just did it for reasons, too. Dude, 3K in a stern chase, and he's forcing you to be broadside to an Amagi. Yep. Quarter of your hit points just disappeared because you're broadside to an Amagi. Earn! Oh my goodness. I hope this kills him so that this guy stops being broadside to him. Thank you. Stop being broadside to the enemy Amagi. Nope. We want to be broadside to him for another round. Interestingly enough, he is flying the Royal Navy colors. Maybe that's Australia. I don't know. Oh, come on. Oh, my goodness. I play this game on Mac, but it doesn't have good quality and crash slot. Any recommendations for a better gaming experience? Yes? By Microsoft. I'm just kidding. Actually, Land Warrior might actually be able to help you out with that. He helped develop the Mac wrapper for this game. Dude, Bismarck, what are you doing? This guy is giving me the fits. He's dead. I'm glad that this island is forcing him to angle. Jesus. Broadside is best. Guaranteed overpens to Warish. Farragut sitting in smoke. He might be out of smoke. Oh, rip. And of course, what doesn't the Farragut get? Think you got any torpedo hits out of... Oh! You got one! That's it! The only thing that this Farragut can hope for now is the fact that, that is a flood and that he's gonna die due to flooding. But we are definitely losing this one in spite of ourselves. Minute and 53 left. Who knows where this New Mexico is at? Farragut has an unknown quantity of smoke charges. I'm guessing out. Land Warrior, a guy on Twitch, is having problems with his Mac not having good quality. He was looking for tips. Yep. Playing 60 chest. He is definitely not baiting at all. Well, New Mexico is to the south. There's the New Mexico. Finally got spotted. Far enough out that I don't think that'll be an issue. Well, it's a hard time taking you serious. Since all you do is joke around. It's not fair, man. Alright. Whoa. We're gonna set this on this guy real quick. Check some things. Alright. We're doing good here. So, well, we won because of our Farragut not being a potato. No. Can't say that about our turpits. Bling! Well, I think you always joke around. Always, 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 always. Say hello to Summer. What is this? What does it do? I don't know. There was an award, and I don't know what it is. Finished mid-pack, even with 100k damage. If we had gotten a kill, I think it would have been different. Okay. So we got time for, about 3 more games, somewhere in that range. Nope. Hotnik. Cannot have a game stream without this boat, I think. Collecting containers, more signals, and camos. Being serious all the time is boring. You're preaching to the choir there, man. There is definitely nothing more boring than being serious all the time. Okay. I think we can do anything with Yamamoto Soroku. Not yet, because we need 5 to get a... Yep, need 5. Okay. Well, that's the end of those. So, it is time for Banana Boat! Let's roll. Instant Tier 7 match. Watch. Do German battleships teach bad habits to players about angling broadside presentation? Absolutely. And the UK battleships aren't far behind in terms of ridiculousness for teaching terrible gameplay habits. They're like the Germans, except for they have HE. That actually is viable for shell type. And, yeah. The rest is history, as they say. Map is Ring, and we actually managed to get into a Tier 5 fight. I'm getting really lucky with my fights tonight. Map is Ring. Alright, map. We got Omaha, Kirov, Dene. All 4 of those cruisers can be Citadel by our AP. Had 6 kills in this meme boat the other day. It's a riot. Absolutely. I did the review on it on YouTube for my YouTube channel, and it was, I think, 7 kills and, like, 89,000 damage in a Tier 5 destroyer. It really is a lot of fun to play this ship. It's even better when the enemy battleships are really, really brazen and they charge your smoke, thinking like, ah, his torpedoes don't reload that quick. But they do. Sometimes you do get stuck with potatoes for teammates, but ultimately, you know, you can only do your best. And if you don't do your best, then obviously it's partially your responsibility for the loss. So, I feel like a sexy little narwhal today. What is he in? He's in a Koenig. Koenig. Narwhal, narwhal, swimming in the ocean, causing a commotion, because it is so awesome. Yeah. Close enough. English. Anybody that's ever seen any of the Weebles stuff, skits? That's what that's from. He's the one that does the Badger song, you know, Badger, 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 Mushroom, Mushroom. Anyway, enough being silly. It's time for serious banana boat action. Got some extra, I don't want to call it Soviet bias because that flag is not a Soviet flag, but Russian bias, here it is. Nicholas. So, HE is loaded. He's moving kind of slow. I think. Oh, he's gonna speed up here. We're gonna engage. Hey, buddy. I am back to get some exercise and reduce blood pressure. Oof, that was a big hit. Meme boat engage. Oh, really? Man, they took the kill from the meme boat. Rip! Somebody smacked that Danae. Let's see if we can't contribute. No, he's turning away. Like a jerk face. Switch to HE. Put on the speedboat. We turn this into Schnellboat. Let's go. Wah, wah. Since they stole my kill, let's see if we can't steal theirs. No longer detected, because straight ninja. Really? Gosh. Well, the memes are definitely rolling. This thing should be able to eat. Ooh. Beaching himself? Yes. Let's go! Schnellboot! Yes, it does indeed mean Hunter. We are gonna have to go and Schnellboot this Koenig. He's gonna be speeding up any minute now. Problem is we're in a stern chase with him, so unless he decides to beach himself again, which, maybe. Nope, doesn't look like it. The only way we're gonna get any successful hits off is if we're just insanely lucky. Slam on the brakes, slam on the brakes, slam on the brakes. Okay, he's gonna turn away, so we're just gonna have to focus on guns. There's one nice part about this ship is that you can use the guns on it. There are destroyers in this tier that just have absolutely god-awful guns, and you can't use them at all. So we must count the blessings that this is our glorious ship that the Imperial Russian Navy has given us today. Give us vodka. Apparently there's a human spamming my channel. Wonder what that's all about. I don't think they're human, though. Real humans don't spam people. That's just rude. And probably not gonna get the kill. That isn't. Maybe. Here we are. Yes! Snuck it in. So danger. Hello, my first name is Danger. Danger Will Robinson. I don't think we're gonna be able to catch up to this Julio. Time to engage him. But maybe Mr. Kirov will give us the eye, please. Shh. Nope, he's turning. Perfect. Go ahead and give it. Just do it. Get it over with. There you go. It'll all be over soon, buddy. Boy! Who do you think you are shooting that crap at me? Whoop! Get that banana boat rolling. Ow. Alright. That's enough of this. We might not get a single torpedo hit this entire time. It might be just down to us. Oh! Nuking some aircraft carriers with guns. The depressing part about this is that I am the furthest forward ship, and I'm the only one that's detecting these two, so... Ripu, your hit point due. We definitely want to present as small of a profile as possible to that freaking Julio. Get our banana boat profile rolling. We shot something down with a Kotnik? What? There's no way! That is not even physically possible. This thing has the worst AA known to mankind. Literally 12 DPS. To shoot an aircraft down with this takes like an act of Congress. Oi! I think we might lose this. In fact, I know we're gonna lose this. Well, I guess we'll just farm as much damage as we can possibly get then. Oh, man. Oh, they went out of our cap? What? They high? Do their parents know they're high? That's funny though. I don't care who you are right there. That's funny. Come on, give me a fire or something. You've got demo expert for crying out loud. He's about to expose himself. What? Yes! Go ahead, Tovarish. It'll all be over soon. Battleship Okotnik! Oh, man. You'd better hope that... Oh, Texas isn't even... Upsy daisy. Upsy daisy. So much freedom in that camo. Really? Oof. Well, this is dicey at best. Thousand hit points. Need this Texas to make a mistake, like, I don't know, shoot his guns? Of course. Didn't go that side, he went the other side. Alright. Make do. Key is to not panic. Okay, now the key is to panic. Mostly because we're... Rip us, aircraft carrier. We can only hope. Good night. His balance boat to Vorish. Well, 100K? I didn't think that this was gonna be possible. Unfortunately, we lose. Woo-hoo! No! Nice to know we're a good distraction, but... that was totally worth it, though. Even though we lost. You know you made it big when you have bots? What? What? You should get that bot looked at. What bot? Oh, the human one. It appears that the bot has self-corrected itself. 9 citadels, all against carriers. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alright, so there is that. We might be able to sneak another one in here between us and our normal Montana video. Question is, what will we play? What other glorious boat can we play? Played a lot of these. Played mostly high-tier stuff, and we're going to be playing one more. So let's focus on something that's more low-tier. Arc Beta would be kind of fun. Let's play Arc Beta! Why not? What do we got to lose? I don't think exposing yourself is a felony anywhere. Sure as heck isn't in the US. At least it's not in my state. Okay, so for a dedicated captain on the ship, would you pick Expert Loader at some point? You know, I don't think Expert Loader is real necessary, as even though it would be really handy to have. I think more or less you'd be better off taking that and investing those that point elsewhere. So, Arc Beta. Oh, there's actually one on the enemy team, too. Arc Beta. What makes Arc Beta so unique is that it is a Tier 4 ship that has Tier 10 upgrade slots. More importantly, it has the ability to get 6.8K kilometer secondary batteries. Hopefully I remember... I guess we'll find out. What makes this ship suck is the fact that it has 0 AA. Literally no AA. 0, 0, 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It also has pretty bad gun arcs because somebody decided to put some launches, I guess is what you can call them, in the back here. And they artificially restrict your middle turret's gun arcs. Even though, in real life, those would have probably not been on this ship in a time of war, at least not configured in that way. And that gun arc would be completely unrestricted to fire forward, and then this rear one would also be able to aim a little bit further forward. Unfortunately not. Still has 0 AA, absolutely. But it does have 6.8 kilometer laser beams. Even without manual fire control for secondaries, this thing's secondaries are lasers. If there is a destroyer that gets within range of your secondaries, he will melt. That's how accurate they are. Especially since the majority of the players in these tiers generally don't have a very good idea about WASD to mitigate damage. And so it's nothing for the 6.8 kilometer secondaries to just nuke a destroyer. 6.8k is awfully close, though, so you really have to use good map awareness to really get yourself into position to utilize them. But once you're in position, man, it's fun. Also, 21 knots is probably the single most painful thing in the world for a battleship like this. Because there's no way we're ever going to get into range to ever put secondaries on this Mutski. It would be funny if they gave this thing much larger, much longer secondary range. That'd be quite hilarious. Look, I can't even engage him with my AA gun. I don't have AA guns. No. Even a dude standing on the deck would be of better help than this. Oh my goodness. Well, we got no choice. We're probably going to get deleted because we have no AA. Turn in! No, I forgot. These are all auto-launched. We're still going to eat 2, but... there is very little more frustrating than not having any AA support. Just keep turning. Spitball AA. What is a beta ship? Well, the beta part of this has nothing to do with like beta testing or anything like that. The beta has to do with the fact that this was a reward ship for those of us who played in closed betas. So that's for the closed beta, that which is long since passed. This ship can't be given out. It's like the Iwaki Alpha is a reward ship for... Hey, buddy. You're about to make a regretful decision. Look at these secondaries. Look at that. Okay, we haven't gotten any hits yet, but look at how accurate they are. There's a hit. He's actually WASDing, which is good for him. It's gonna start getting more painful the closer you get, buddy. And that's not including the 12-inch guns that are also gonna be shooting at you here in a couple seconds. Oh, it was so worth it. Oh, man. Look at that. See what I'm talking about? Yes, this is a secondary spec arc beta. Is there any other way to spec an ARC beta? I mean, the thing has 6.8k secondaries. Mark, hello! Thinking about starting World of Warships. Yeah, World of Warships can be a lot of fun. I would highly recommend picking it up. Just make sure you go in with eyes wide open and are willing to learn. I mean, I don't think that's necessarily difficult to accomplish. And if you do that, if you get stuck anywhere, obviously check out my YouTube channel. I've got a large amount of videos on how to play just about every line of ships in the game, with the exception of carriers. In fact, we're actually working. Gosh, dang it! Freaking hate carriers so much. Ugh! Well, screw it. He's gonna do that. Nope, 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 nope. Just kidding. Just kidding. We're gonna fire off that salvo and... Now, see, now he's getting more clever. Yeah, I'm about to get salty in chat. So nice downloading it now. I've been watching videos all the way back to 2016. Decided to dive in, so to speak. Well, awesome, man. If, like I said, if you need any help with anything, definitely check out my YouTube channel for more info. Definitely have a lot of information out there for all sorts of play. Ooh, that Texas is eating it. Hopefully this Duguay-Trouin can help out a lot, too. Oh, no. Texas is definitely dead. I don't think that we're gonna get that kill. Didn't think so. We got a Nikolai on our team, too. That's awesome. Oh, it's Criminal. Seen him before. Yeah, these secondaries are really awesome, as I proceed to show you why it's not particularly awesome. This is why I hate low-tier BB play. I have an Ishizuchi I love to play, but I feel like at low tiers you just play until the CV decides your time's up. It's super frustrating. Agreed. And you can thank Wargaming for being afraid to put real AA in at low tiers, you know, to dissuade... I think our CV is a bot. I really do. His fighters are parked over his freaking ship. It's just dumb. Did I mention how much I hate CVs? Specifically, bad ones. About ready to freaking turn my guns on our CV. Out of saltiness. So dumb! I get it. Part of it is because I'm not hanging around him, but seriously, this is really freaking ridiculous. Looking at starting the British line, Ben and Aussie, and all cruiser line looks interesting. The British cruisers are I mean, you can definitely start off with them if you want, but I'm just going to tell you that they are a bit of a high skill floor, high skill ceiling, sorry. It takes a lot of skill to get the most out of them. They are particularly difficult for new players to play because they only have armor-piercing rounds. They do not have any high explosive, which means you really are limited in what you can and can't do as far as damage to enemies. No, it doesn't matter. Our CV, you know, their CV is finally dead. I love how what saved me from their CV wasn't our CV, who, by the way, his fighters were parked over top of his aircraft carrier the entire match. It was actually a friendly killing their CV. What are the odds? What is what noise? So they are an unforgiving to play. Yeah, they are kind of unforgiving. They're like cruisers, and so they tend to take a lot of damage and don't have any real durability. That's not to say they're not a lot of fun to play. They really are a lot of fun, but they just don't have the durability that I would recommend for a good starting player. Any good cruiser line to play in the front lines? Ugh, I don't know that there's really any that are really all that strong frontline contenders. Just now able to get in range of this guy. The only thing I can hope for is that this Britannia is not really paying all that much attention. Nope, that's death. Oh, somehow isn't death. Should have been. To help our carrier or not to help our carrier? To help our carrier or not to help our carrier? And, you know, had he helped me out, I might be more inclined to help him, but, I'm good. We're just gonna sail away. Snipe at things and... Ooh! Change. Wonder what was actually shooting that. At least I'm no longer detected. Oh, that was short-lived. Finish him. Oh, this might be death. What? No! I would like to thank our terrible carrier captain for that. I never grinded the USN cruisers, and with the split coming up, I want the Cleveland at Tier 8 for a head start to Worcester. Yep, I agree. That's a good idea. What? That does not make good sense for lower tier ships to have AA guns. Well, not to have AA guns. Well, it was a trade-off for, you know, having a tier 10 consumable slot outfit, but it is what it is. My next choice was the US, okay for new captains. Yeah, for the most part, the US is actually one of the better lines to start off with, especially like battleship-wise, but cruiser-wise, they start off pretty solid. The light cruisers are all pretty decent, up to the Tier 6 Cleveland. Obviously, we're waiting to see what the new ones are going to be like. because the new ones have not been released yet. But I fully anticipate that they will also be quite workable. I would be shocked if Wargaming would let them out of their midst without actually being workable. But they generally speaking teach good map awareness, teach proper angling against other cruisers. At the high tiers, they get access to radar, which is super useful as well. But the heavy cruisers right now, all the way up to the tier 10, are kind of dependent upon islands for cover. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But if you watch the How to Play series on it, you'll get the idea. But yeah, I think US is a good line. Their battleship line is also very good to start off playing with. It's, in my opinion, one of the best battleship lines in the game. Certainly for teaching you, you know, how to actually angle in a battleship and shoot him, Nikolai. Better shoot him in the guns or the superstructure. There you go. Chappie and Tier 7, Tier 8 French, like Tier 7 and Tier 8 cruisers are heavy cruisers. Work well for me in the front line. HE spamming helps. Man, I can't imagine taking a Chapayev or a Algerie or what's the tier 8? Charles Martel into frontline combat. I think that would be really scary. Anywho's. Alright, so we're gonna finish this live stream up with a Montana battle. Hopefully goes infinitely better than that battle because, whew, that was rough. Right, so here we go. Montana. So Montana is the pinnacle of USN battleships, and it really is a very great ship overall. I like the guns. They're very accurate. They hit pretty dang hard against broadside targets. Ship itself is a little bit more maneuverable than other Tier 10 battleships. Not quite the stealthiest, but it is reasonably stealthy, and it has God tier AA. All very potent. A very good combination all the way around. An excellent cruiser hunter. Of course, it's Shatter. This map always comes up when I play this ship. And they've got a whole bunch of divisions on their team, too. That's awesome. Okay, so, as with always, positive, dominant mental attitude. What we're going for. So do captains in this do their roles, or is this like Thunder where everyone does their own thing? Fighters not escorting bombers, etc. Curious. This has more team play. Sorry for all the new questions. Yes and no. I mean, there's some team play in this. For the most part, destroyers are going to spend their time hunting around caps. Certain destroyers don't. Asashio is like the worst offender for destroyers that don't do what destroyers are supposed to do. But I mean, for the most part, they do. There is some team play. That's especially true if you get in a division with, you know, some other players. It's there's definitely a lot more team play there. In between, you know, divisions and stuff, is there? I don't know. Sometimes you'll get lucky and sometimes you won't. It just kind of depends. For the most part, I would say never count on it happening. Always be surprised when it does. Okay. For my... I'll only fire HE so I can all burn with shame. What? Samurai Satan in the Missouri. Okay. Is the Alabama worth the money? In my opinion, yes. I like the Alabama. Like, take the North Carolina, make it more maneuverable, and only impact the gun, like, accuracy slightly. It's a really good ship. I also have a premium ship review on it. You should check that out. Discuss a little bit more in detail what it does and doesn't do. AA is also pretty comparable between the two, but The North Carolina is more stealthy, but less maneuverable. The Alabama is really, really good in general. Oh yeah. This is a unique version of this battle in which it is not necessary for us to go cap points. What is this shenaniganry all about? Hey, no problem, Mark. Glad I can be of any help. Okay. Waiting for the Massachusetts. Because you want a US battleship with secondaries? I mean, it's not going to win a secondary fight with a German battleship. The 5-inch 38s just don't have a... Oop, slow down, slow down. Where is he? He's all the way back there. Or the what? Ostwind Flakpanzer. Man, we're gonna see some of them things coming up in the War Thunder live stream, and they are ugly. And by ugly, I mean they are ruthless. Look at, oh, if he would have kept going, man, that would have been a deletion, guaranteed deletion right there. If only. Oh. Ostwind Flakpanzer. Wait a minute. Ostwind. Oh, that's the same guy. Who is in the hipper? USS Ohio. Oh. Okay. We are... Jeez and Pete's! Mistakes were made. Go, baby, go! We know what's coming. Let's keep our guns turned this way. We're gonna do our best. I am legitimately surprised that torpedoes did not find their way downrange. That's because he is doing his best to try and wait to engage until it is going to be too late. Come on, front guns, turn. Not gonna be able to get the front guns out, so I'm gonna have to be content with what we got. 8K, I'll take it. Cycling to other targets now. Our freaking cruiser.
Enemy battleship sighted. Enemy destroyer sighted.
Sailing backwards or going forwards? Backwards. That's gonna hurt him a lot. Might even kill him. Nope, just 12K. I am fully anticipating this gearing coming around this corner. I am legitimately surprised he hasn't yet. Oh, that's because he went around the other corner. Wah, wah, wah. Good thing our Chapayev was there for lol. And no joy. Overshot. Chapayev, you have radar. Or you should have radar. Gearing is just... The fact that he's still alive is infuriating. Slam on the brakes. Hey, buddy. Yep, knew those were coming. Good thing we slammed on our brakes when we did. It's a shame our freaking Chapayev isn't doing his job. This is a little dangerous. He doesn't know that we're... Now he does. Great. Detected by what? I say it's dangerous because we're sailing broadside to their whole team, but he's definitely got torpedoes that are on the way. There's no way he doesn't have torpedoes that are on the way. Charles Martel is the jerkwagon that was detecting me. God damn. One normal pen, no damage, because, you know, reasons. Just keep sailing, just keep sailing. Dude. I don't know that we're gonna win this. This is such a close. I mean, we're in their cap, which is interesting, but. Boo. I'll take my one normal pen, but I'm upset that we didn't get more than that. I'm even more upset by the fact that this Montana was the one who got the kill. Of course they're gonna focus me. Oh, come on now. Back to British cruisers. They're so squishy they can get wrecked. Well, yeah, British cruisers can definitely get wrecked. Get wrecked. There's a lot of pain and suffering right now. Ouch. Really? That's all I get for all of that. That's it. Once again, having to choose between being broadside to cruisers or battleships, we are stuck making the crappy decision. Okay, good. Now we can go back and start doing some work on some other ships here. Like this Missouri. Missouri! Sailing backwards. And apparently... well, 12K. Turn in. Wah, wah, wah. He's got a buddy there, too, so we definitely don't want to discount his friend. Who knows what the hit point pool is like on his friend. Oh, his other friend has disappeared off the other side, so that leaves us the ability to run this guy down. Of course, this Charles Martel is being significantly more annoying than he should. That's gonna hurt him more than me. So it is still possible to Citadel, Missouris, and Iowas. Hopefully we'll get... Oh no! Not that! I've been radared! Whatever will I do? We're not going to play this game, because he definitely has the advantage in this. Number one, he has the spotting advantage. Okay, no longer has the spotting advantage. So, we're going to turn out and away. We are not hanging around here. I am hoping that he does not get the same idea to poke his head out. No, looks like he is pushing back. Still. With a wide enough arc into this, you could, in theory, no, we're going to turn away. We're going to play this the safe way. But the whole point behind not turning towards him and rushing at him is that I'm really not interested in getting Citadel to death. We have no idea where their gearing is at, or their Ognivoy, sorry. And so, as a result, I definitely don't want to expose myself, eh? Hey, buddy. How are you today? I come bearing gift. It is in form of 16-inch shell. Would you like to visit? He's backing up. Okay, Ognivoy is all the way out in La La Land, so that means we're pretty much set to go with I got a Montana that's over here as well, but I think we're really going to be able to do much about both. This Prince Eugen should hopefully have some broadside targets to engage over there, so we'll keep doing that. Yes, we're on fire again. My damage control team isn't doing its job. Wonder who that would be. So, Eugen, my apologies, but sacrifice is worth it. Just continuing to sail backwards here, hoping that this Montana didn't get too excited about going around the side of a mountain or something crazy. No, he did, of course. Alright, really shouldn't abandon our Prince Eugen that way, but one of them things where our Prince could spot him, we could put some rounds on him. We're gonna go back towards our... Yes, good. We got rounds out on him. Now we're gonna go towards our cap. 5 normal pens. That ought to feel great. Come on! Quit playing with sparklers. Well, you know, I like playing with the sparklers in the ammo stores. I mean, in the powder store rooms. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right? Got another normal pen. Shot down somebody's aircraft. Quit detecting me. Now we are going to accurately position ourselves so that they cannot take our cap. We can continue to engage things. Like this Missouri. Need the guns to get on target, though. Soon. That'll be our last salvo at him. Now we've got some other targets that we need to work on. Another 9K, another 11K. Getting some pretty good damage rolls off of that. So again, not wanting to be broadside to this Montana, we're going to come out angled as best we possibly can. Hopefully, ooh, thunder. Ah, frightened that one. But look who's distracted. Hey, buddy. Sure would be a shame if somebody citadeled you to death. So that's just a perfect example of you know, using your abilities to the best of your abilities. So I have a feeling this Atago definitely launched torpedoes. That's what I would do if I were in his shoes. Is he gonna beach himself? He is indeed beaching himself. So we're gonna turn back away now. Hopefully kill him. That would be great too. Nope. He most assuredly launched torpedoes. The goal is to not be in the range of them. If he didn't launch torpedoes, I'll be legitimately surprised. Where's my spotter? Doing things that most spotters shouldn't be doing. And... oh, for Pete's sakes. Got it. Okay, good. Whew. Alright, well. Time to turn back around. We got 150,000, 3 kills. We've had a good match now, so... yes, she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Our Citadel hut's like getting a critical, more damage, etc. Yeah, so when you see a shell damage type, like for instance, if you look on the right-hand side there, it says maximum damage 13,500, HE maximum damage 5,700. The only way to get the maximum damage is from a Citadel hit. Those are those black ribbons. Once you get those, they can only repair a certain amount of damage. From that, I think it's like 10% or less. I mean, it's a real low damage amount that they can repair, like an enemy battleship can repair, or a cruiser. But, yeah, that's max damage. So the 3 damaging hits are going to be a Citadel hit, which we already talked about. Normal penetration, which is 33% of that number. So on these, it's like 4450, I think. And then an overpen, which is 10%, which is just 1,350 damage. And so those are your 3 damage types. You'll see 4 ribbons. The 4th ribbon is, so you'll see shatter, which means the shell didn't do any damage. It hit something that it couldn't penetrate. You'll see ricochet, which means it bounced. Normal pen and overpen are the 4 detailed ribbons. The, it sounds to me like they're going to be adding in the spotting ribbon, which will be cool. I don't know what it'll entail, but it'll be cool. So that'll be another ribbon that they're adding to the game. You can see up here, this is shell hits, aircraft shot down, ships sunk. This is modules incapacitated. Citadels. This is Confederate. If you damage at least 6 enemy ships and cause 20% of their hit point pool in damage, that's how you get that. Ooh, our Montana survived. I once won salvo a half-health cruiser in New Mexico because he was full broadside. He was stupid and reported me. Well, I think he was salty is more like it. So there was a perfect example of delaying, using your angling to really maximize your potential, and then we really got very lucky with that Montana. But it is possible to Citadel Montanas. It is possible to Citadel Missouris and Iowas. It is also possible to do a lot of damage to them. But dev strikes are a lot of fun too in battleships. That's why a lot of people play battleships. But at the end of the day, it can be a lot of frustration too. So, I'm gonna put up the stream schedule, even though this stream schedule is out of date, because that was our last match of our World of Warships time. So we are going to go ahead and we're going to go on a pause here. I'm going to shut down the stream and then we're going to bring it back up and we're going to play some War Thunder ground forces, which is tanks. World War II and World War I tanks. Well, post World War I tanks. There are no World War I tanks in the game to my knowledge. Maybe there is, I don't know. But definitely mid-war tanks and up to some World War II tanks. So hang around after this for that. Our next live stream, again, is going to be June 2nd. I apologize for not getting that information out in this live stream like I would normally do. That is going to be Saturday. It is going to be 6 p.m. Central Standard Time as per the norm. And we'll go from there. Anyway, I also, once more, if you have not, joined the Discord server yet, check out the link in the description to the Discord server. Highly recommend joining. Lots of good people there to help you out. Lots of people that are willing to division up with you and help you. So absolutely check that out. And as with always, I'm your Peacekeeper. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys for the Ground Forces one here in about 15 minutes. So we'll go for about 9:25 or about 15 minutes from now.